Welcome back to another panel. I'm here with Undisputed World of MMA. I have to my, I have Martin de Guzman, I have Cool Quay, and I have Robal Petros. Hopefully I'm getting that right. Robal?
Roball. But it's all
Robal.
right. Yeah.
And then you have me, King of Crackdown. And today we're going to be breaking down this UFC card coming up this Saturday. We have Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman 3. Into the trilogy, and we're gonna predict 3 fights. We got that fight. We have in the co-main event we have Justin Gaethje versus
Rafael Fiziev.
Rafael Fiziev, and then we also have we're gonna do Marvin Vettori versus versus Roman Dolidze. Roman Dolidze. Yeah, we're doing those 3 fights, and we're gonna go through all 4 of us. We're all gonna give our predictions for the fights, and we're gonna get it done. So first, I'm sending off to Martin de Guzman. We started with Marvin Vettori in the middleweight division versus Roman Dolidze. How do you see that fight?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Marvin Vettori on this one due to his wrestling background. I don't think if he's gonna keep it up on the feet, I don't think he's gonna have a chance with Mr. Dolidze, considering what I've seen in his last few fights with Israel Adesanya, Robert Whitaker, especially Paulo Costa. So if Marvin Vettori can actually keep him down, ground and pound, and keep the wrestling intact with Mr. Dolidze, I think he can pull off a unanimous decision victory over him. And that'll be my prediction for that fight alone.
All right. Now on to Quay. What's your prediction on the Vettori versus Dolidze fight?
I got to go with Marvin Vettori, man. Just pick it back on what Martin said. I do not see Marvin Vettori win this on the feet, man. Look, the guy's young. He's 29 years old. But one thing he struggled with is his stand-up. You know what I'm saying? You know, we've seen it with Robert Whitaker. We've seen it with Israel Adesanya. And like Martin said with Paulo Costa as well, he kept getting hurt. But you can't deny his toughness. He's very tough. But I got to go with Marvin. I think he'll be able to get a few takedowns, grapple a little bit against the cage, do a little dirty boxing, knees, punches to the body against the cage. And he had to keep him right there in each round, you know, and try. When he wear him out, then he can start to pick it up with his punches and kicks and stuff like that. But, you know, if he stick to the game plan and just grapple, take him down, hold him against the cage and dirty boxing, I think we'll get the victory on Saturday. And his experience as well. His experience as well. You know, Romain, he like what, 34, you know, years of age, but I think Marvin got a little more experience, you know, like in the UFC wise. I think he better get it done.
All right.
I say UD, my Marvin. Yeah.
All right. Roball.
Okay, this fight, man, I'm excited for this fight. I'm actually gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna go with the underdog Roman. And I'm gonna go. What the thing is with Marvin is I do like Marvin, but just seeing for his last performance, his last fight against Whitaker, I kind of think Roman is a little bit. I mean, of course, this fight is a step up for Roman because Marvin, like you said, Quay, he is experienced. But I'm gonna just go with the underdog. I just got a feeling that Roman might shock us in this fight.
Hey, that's not a bold prediction, Roball.
That is a bold prediction. That is a bold prediction.
I mean, Marvin Vettori is not really good at anything, really, though. You think about it. Like, you know, some people good at kickboxing and like really, really good at something like wrestling. Like Marvin, he just kind of mixed it up and he just kind of put stuff together. He's not really talented at one aspect. If you
MMA, you can't really be talented at one aspect. You got to be kind of like adapt to every style and every art. But with this fight, go ahead.
His stand-up kind of iffy. His wrestling is kind of mediocre. It's not
but
I can see the threat where he can grapple though. That's the only way I see.
I'm gonna just go with Roman. But I think I kind of see this fight going to a decision.
So
how you got Roman winning? How you got Roman winning?
I think he has had a couple knockouts, so he might. I'm not saying he might pull off a knockout with Marvin.
Marvin's tough, man.
Yeah, no, Marvin is tough. I will say that, but I think he'll probably get him on the feet. Probably like throw like a couple of jabs. You know, keep him at bay, keep him at distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So decision, you going decision
Yeah, for Roman. For Roman, I'm going Roman.
So one Delize and two
Marvin.
Marvin Vettori.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna also go Marvin Vettori here. But I don't really agree with everybody saying Delize has shown less striking than Marvin Vettori. He has shown questionable cardio. And I think only recently he has been looking good. Even in the last fight, opponent versus opponent, Marvin Vettori was able to drop Jack Hermanson, outstrike him for 5 rounds or 3 rounds. I don't know. It was 3 or 5 round fight. He outstruck him, outpaced him. Delize was clearly getting outstruck and put a clinic on by Hermanson. He only won that fight because Hermanson kept taking him to the ground. So I feel like Delize, he's not really a full mixed martial artist. His striking always looks clunky and very unpolished and almost amateurish. Even his knockouts look like he don't even know what happened. And none of them, except the Dawkins one, that one, like, he had control. He bullied him in the clinch and got that TKO. But at distance, his striking looks pretty sloppy. I feel Vettori, even though his striking isn't really textbook, it's cleaner. And also, he's been training in Thailand. So I think the biggest issue with Vettori is maybe confidence because Whitaker just broke him. So I don't know how that's going to affect him. But skill for skill, I feel like Vettori's only issue with Delize may be power to an extent, but Vettori has shown a strong chin. Never really notably rocked at all or dropped as outside of leg kicks. So it's more so with Delize thing. Maybe Delize is the better grappler than him. And Vettori might think, do that young guy mentality for like, oh, I could beat him there and try to wrestle him and then get caught up in like a knee bar or something and get tapped out. Similar to what Hermanson did. He got wrapped up, pounded out, TKO, but he was winning the whole fight. So that's my biggest issue with Vettori. But I'm gonna go Vettori decision. I feel he can outpace him, outstrike him, outwork him. The biggest issue is just don't try to grapple with him too much. Make him stand up more. Maybe try to work in the clinch, anything to tire him out, get him out that first round, second round, and then use his cardio as a tool. So I'm going Vettori there decision. So that's 3 Vettori decisions, 1 Delize. So good on Robao. He's going against the grain, and he's making it interesting right here. He's going with Delize, and I can get behind that as well. I'm not picking it, but definitely I think Delize is on much better momentum. So
yeah, man, that's what I think, man. So hey, I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, so to the next one, we going to fun fight. I don't think nobody care who wins this one. We all gonna enjoy this one. We going into the lightweight division. We got Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. How do y'all see this one? I'm gonna start with Martin and Usman again. How you feel about this one?
Okay, I'm not rooting for either one in this fight. This is going to be one of those 50-50 fights. Both are standing strikers.
Man.
No.
No, I'm not rooting for anyone in this fight, but we all can agree that this is going to be a banger. This is going to be a war with 2 elite fighters, elite strikers, and whatnot. Justin Gaethje and Rafael Fiziev are going to give us a hell of a show. I don't think that this fight will be going the distance. I predict somebody's probably going to be finished either the second or third round by a knockout. I don't see a submission, and I'll be really shocked if this fight actually goes the distance because these are 2 men with real knockout power and real knockout power that can end the fight in seconds and whatnot. So, like I said, I'm not rooting for anyone. All I know is that this is going to be a fun fight.
That's crazy.
Watch.
Anyways,
So
he's going in the distance. KO. That's his prediction. KO on either side.
KO. Either one of them. We all know it's going to be a good fight. But regardless of what happens, good luck to both men.
All right. So now to Robal. How you feel about this one?
Man, Justin, the highlight Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. Man, I'm super excited for this fight because anytime I see Justin Gaethje step in there, you already know it's gonna be a banger. Now for the how I see this fight going, both of these guys can bring it, and I do agree with Martin that we are gonna be that's a great fight for us for any fan to see. That's a tune-up fight. So for this fight, how I see it playing out, I'm gonna go with Justin to highlight Gaethje. I'm a big Gaethje fan. I know he's been 6-4 in his last 6-4 in the UFC, but what I think can separate Gaethje from Rafael is the leg kicks. Now we all know that Justin can slug it out, but I think what gets Justin behind is those leg kicks, man. Those brutal, vicious leg kicks. So if it does go to, I do see someone getting knocked out, maybe the second or third round. But if it does go to a decision, I could see Gaethje getting the decision win. And I say that because when I looked at his fight with Michael Chandler, he almost got knocked out too. Like Justin was on the brink of getting knocked out, but I think those leg kicks really saved him from getting defeated. So I just think Gaethje's gonna get the win, either by knockout decision. But if he does get it by decision, it's probably because those leg kicks is really a dangerous tool in his arsenal.
So you gotta pick one. So it's gonna be this KO or decision. Which one are you leaning more to?
I'm gonna go with KO.
KO.
I think but I wouldn't be surprised if I do see it go to a decision. If I do see it go to a decision, I do think it's gonna be Gaethje coming out to win on decision.
All right, now Quay, but like get stuff situated. Who you got winning between Fiziev and Gaethje, or Gaethje versus Fiziev? How you see that?
I got Fiziev, man. Picking back what you said, Robon, I do agree that Gaethje got good leg kicks, but Fiziev got good kicks as well, man. And I feel like Fiziev have more crisper boxing and technique. You know, like that 3-piece in the soda he be throwing, man. And I feel like Gaethje can only threaten Fiziev with the leg kicks and his boxing. But I think that Charles Oliveira really exposed him when he knocked him down in that fight and then locked in the submission. You know, like Gaethje is open to get caught, man. And I just feel like Fiziev just go catch him, man. You know, test his will, test his cardio, and test. And I don't feel like the leg kick is gonna be a big problem. I think that Fiziev be able to check him and move out the way. And throw some leg kicks and kicks of his own and just land that 2-piece in the soul on him, man, and get the victory. But what's interesting is Gaethje said he got a game plan coming to this fight in the press conference. If you watch the press conference. So I'm interested to see his game plan, but I hope it's not grappling because Gaethje said out his mouth he gassed out whenever he grapples. So
But here's the thing. Here's the ironic thing. Oh, sorry. So here's the ironic thing about that. Here's the ironic thing. Gaethje's actually a Division I wrestler. I don't know if any of you guys are actually known about that. And but he doesn't use it, which is like kind of wild.
He said it gassed him out. He said he could gas him out.
Yeah, it gasses him out, but at the same time,
he said in the interview.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is MMA. You kind of have to use every tool in the arsenal.
Yeah,
so it's like in order to be great, you kind of have to get out of your comfort zone. Yeah.
I agree with Bob.
So,
I agree, man.
I want to see Gaethje use more of his wrestling because
I do too, man.
Yeah. Because he just said in the press conference it gasses him out, and he said that in an interview. So if it gasses him out, it's kind of like say he doesn't want to get out of that comfort zone. So he's going to be complacent, and when you're kind of complacent, you kind of stay in that same spot to where you're never going to grow.
We see a lot of fighters like that. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this one up, and we're gonna get to I'm gonna do my prediction. And we're gonna get to the Usman one, so we could get into that one and wrap it up. So for Fiziev, Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev in the lightweight division. How I see one right here. I'm going Rafael Fiziev to win. And I'm kind of to address, I guess, the kick thing. I feel like the kicks won't. I feel like it'll kind of be like Pedro Munoz as far as the kick. As far our kicks are involved in this one, I feel it'll kind of be like Aldo versus Pedro Munoz, where Pedro Munoz has vicious leg kicks. When you go in there with a guy like Aldo, who's a Hall of Fame leg kicker, like his leg kicks weren't even a problem at all.
What?
Aldo already. Aldo
That's just crazy, man.
Aldo just
wow.
Hey, man, non-existent.
Hey, quick crackdown, man. I don't know if I can agree on that, man. I like Rafael.
Because he got a kickboxing background, man.
He do. I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying against Gaethje, man. I don't know, man. Gaethje tough too.
And I feel like
Gaethje crackdown.
Yeah.
Sorry. I feel like Gaethje getting older, man. I feel like Gaethje getting older, and that chin is getting a little suspect. He got dropped by Charles.
Yeah. So I feel like
I'm seeing things, man. I'm seeing things,
I feel like he's making those leg kicks because he's just gonna slip them or like check them, and just probably rip him to the body. He's probably gonna slide that lead leg back, switch kick him to the body. He's gonna be making him pay for every single.
And that's another thing too. Gaethje is weak in his body, man. Did you watch the fight with him and Eddie Alvarez? How Eddie Alvarez was like tapping at Gaethje's body? He's weak, and it slowed him down, man. He TKO'd him with body shots, actually.
Yeah. So
kicks to his body is a really good technique that Fiziev should use on Saturday, man. Just rip kicks to his body to slow him down, man, and could possibly get a TKO in the later rounds if he keep it up. You know what I'm saying? Mix it up like that.
Yeah, I think it'll be like a third round TKO. I think he's gonna take away the kicks. He's gonna beat him in the kick battle, beat him in the leg battle, be first, and wear him down to the body. Then probably, like I said, rip him the body. Then probably, like Gaethje get hurt to the body, start dipping down. They fight him with a knee, elbow, head kick, drop him, finish him off third round. Yeah, so, and also the thing about wrestling, I feel like if you don't use it, you lose it, similar to Tyron Woodley. Woodley stopped using the wrestling, started thinking he a knockout artist. His wrestling got weaker. Johnny Hendricks' wrestling got weaker. Gaethje's probably even a worse case because he don't even attempt it. I feel like Johnny Hendricks still try to wrestle. Tyron Woodley still try to wrestle to an extent, but obviously not when he was coming up in the world. Was it? I think it was World Series fighting. I don't know. I forget.
Yeah, just again, he had a nice record in the World. He was actually the lightweight champion.
He was a beast over there.
Yeah.
Gaethje was a beast over there. Woodley was a beast in Strikeforce for some time, and like early on, Woodley would just wrestle all the time. He started knocking people out, and he forgot about his wrestling, and his wrestling got weak and soggy and stale.
That's so what I was. It's kind of like what I was saying about being complacent.
Yeah, so if he didn't tune that out, it's going to dip off. Yeah, so in this one I got Fazid third round TKO. Now for the main event, the one I guess I don't know if that's everybody's biggest fight for this one, but it is the headliner. We got Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman 3. And I'm gonna start this one off with Quay. How do you feel about this one?
I think I'm leaning towards Leon Edwards, man. Now let me tell you why.
Bold, you might think I'm crazy. Bold prediction, man.
Hey, man, I would say bold, man. I would say bold. It's 1-1, man. It's 1-1.
What? Oh,
1-1. Usman 1-1, Leon 1-1, man. You know, but I got Leon Edwards, man. I just feel like when you get knocked out like that, it takes somebody your confidence, man. I just feel like Usman's confidence won't be the same. I don't think he gonna come in there and walk Leon Edwards down. And the only thing that did for Leon Edwards boost his confidence coming into this fight, head kicking Usman, you know. And Ben, he know that I can take Usman down. He took Usman down, almost choked him out in the first round. You know, so he can take him down. He can stick with him. And Usman didn't really have Leon in a whole lot of trouble. So he was like wobbled, almost finished in those, 2 rounds or 3 rounds, where Usman was winning and being the bully. So that's how I feel. And another thing is that, Usman come out that hand surgery, man. At one point in time, he wasn't going to take this fight. They was talking about Wonder Boy and Masvidal being a replacement for Leon Edwards, this Saturday. So I just feel like he rushed that hand injury, had a cast on event. I think he rushed, coming into this fight after suffering a hand injury. And that's a sign too, just to take it. I feel like that's a sign. And the climate as well. The climate was different when they fought the first time. And that's what slowed a lot of fighters down that card, and that's what Leon Edwards was saying in the press conference that took place. He was saying basically, I was slowing down. He was like putting his hands up and dropping them, like looking like he just didn't want to be in there. Like he was sluggish, like he was tired because of the climate. But I feel like he's fighting in his hometown. He's used to this climate, and he'll look better and fresher than he did last time. So that's why I got Leon Edwards winning. Usman, man, he'll go, man. The welterweight, he can come out there and surprise me. But I gotta go Leon Edwards, man.
Robal. So we got Edwards for the first one. Now, Robal, how you feel about it?
Man, I've been thinking about this, man. I'm gonna go with Usman, but let me before I start on that. I kind of do agree with Quay when he's talking about I don't know if Usman can actually pull it off. Now it's not me necessarily backtracking. It's just when he did lose the second fight with Leon, I do remember him saying that he didn't know if he wanted to keep doing MMA. And I think, and I could kind of say that for Gaethje as well, because, Usman's 35. He's kind of nearing 40. And think about, and I don't know. But I do see Usman, I do see a different Usman in the press conference. I think he really wants to win the fight. How I think he can win the fight is keep Leon at bay with his jab. Utilize his wrestling and his takedowns. But what also I don't like what a Kamaru does, and this is kind of like what I've seen him in his previous fights. He does get tagged a lot. I saw it with Burns.
He don't really move his head a lot.
Yeah, he don't really move his head. Yeah, his head movement is not good. And
I always seen it. But he got a good chin, so he just take him to give him. He can take one to give one because he got a good chin. But
and he has to be careful not to drop his hands, because a lot of people didn't even really watch the first fight. In the first fight, Leon actually did I mean, he still lost, but there's times that he almost could have won the fight in the first fight as well. But what Usman has to do is utilize better head movement, sway his head. I've seen him get like tagged a lot, and
yeah, he got tagged by Kobe, he got tagged by Burns. Burns dropped him at one point in that fight.
Yeah,
you know. So and then this fight he got knocked out because he was moving his head. So
yeah, and then and then Leon is actually a kickboxer too, and you're fighting in London, his hometown. So what I think Usman is gonna try to either knock him out. He's gonna try to get that knockout, but to kind of rewrite, to kind of get back him from the previous fight.
He'll come out there aggressive, and it could help him or it could hurt him. It could help him or hurt him come out there aggressive and walking him down and throwing strikes.
So you're saying you feel Usman in the distance, or are you feeling Edwards?
I'm gonna go with Usman.
And decision, finish?
I'm gonna go with decision. Yeah. But if he does not, because I think Usman, he's gonna really try to knock him out to kind of like get payback. And
that could be his downfall, man.
That could be the uplifter, and then that could be a downfall too. Cause
All right. Now, Martin, how you feel about the main event between Usman versus?
I prefer to be the last one to give my prediction right after you, sir.
Oh, that works. All right. So, for this one, I'm gonna make it short. I'm gonna say Usman to win the trilogy. I feel he won the majority of the first fight. Edwards made some good adjustments. He did well to mix in the BJJ in there as well, and then give Usman a different look. But I feel like Usman responded well. He won like second, third, fourth round, and largely most of the fifth round was really breaking Edwards out there. So I'm gonna stick with Usman to get it done. That's what I'm doing. Not to get it done, but I mean to win, not to get it done. I don't see him finishing. I see him kind of fighting more of a safe fight, maybe kind of a phone booth, body shot, like transition, level change, and just kind of pin Edwards against his cage, give him that range. Because Edwards typically against most fighters, he was pretty good in the clinch. He's actually pretty solid at getting those underhooks.
Those elbows,
yeah, elbows. But his elbows were really like not even a tool in that second fight. That was surprising. So I mean, yes, you probably don't want to go in there for like, oh, he don't have nothing there for me, because he does have something there for people. A lot of times he didn't have it in that fight. But I feel Usman is at a safer place inside doing there, especially when he's constantly threatening takedowns. But maybe Edwards is so respectful of his wrestling and his power that maybe he doesn't want to throw the elbows to, because that would give Usman an easy way to just get to his hips. So I'm not gonna throw the elbows as much. So Usman, he was the one in the side, inside throwing body shots, throwing hooks, and don't even trying to throw some knees in the clinch against Edwards. Edwards really doing nothing in the clinch. So I thought that would be a safer area. Don't get that mid-range kicking range, so he can do dynamic kicks and throw a face out there. So I feel like he's gonna fight a smothering fight, maybe similar to the Jorge Masvidal one fight, and try this ground out decision over Edwards. I think Edwards gonna be game and all, but I feel like if Usman fights a smart fight, he should be the win this one, probably 3 rounds clear, and maybe even 4 or 5 shutout on him. But I think Edwards will definitely look to maybe mix in his own BJJ early, similar to the first fight. But I think Usman ultimately gonna win that battle most times out of 10, well, like 9 times out of 10 less. He's hurt. If he's not hurt, he's gonna eventually win that grappling battle, because his wrestling and his grappling is gonna prevail over what Edwards had. So I'm picking a safer, smarter approach from this is a phone booth smother fest from Usman to get his belt back. So
that'll be
Usman decision.
That's champion material. That's a good game plan for Snoozman when he go out there.
Yeah,
and that's what he should do. I hope that's his game plan when he go out there. What you got, Martin?
Martin.
Yeah. All right, here we are. The trilogy, the rubber match between Kamaru Usman and Leon Rocky Edwards.
Nigerian Nightmare Usman.
Nigerian Nightmare Usman.
Yeah, Rocky versus Nightmare.
Yes, I'm gonna go with Usman on this one. I'm basing it off the first fight and the 90% of the second fight before the head kick that ended the fight as well. So the typical kickboxer versus wrestler. So for Usman's sake, ground and pound, wrestling all the way. I would prefer him not to keep it on the feet, because we all know how dangerous Rocky Edwards can be with the kickboxing, the striking, and whatnot. And we've already seen him take him down and hold him for the ground for a good amount of ample time and whatnot. So This is going to be a very interesting main event between these two. I don't see this fight ending in a finish. I see it unanimously, a decision, regards to the Nigerian nightmare, Kamaru Usman. So, for this Saturday night, the day of reckoning will be upon these two fighters. The sun will turn to darkness and the moon into blood.
Ooh.
Neither your silver nor your gold will be able to deliver you from the destruction that these two gladiators will perform inside the octagon. For Kamaru Usman, the desire for revenge transcends all moral bounds and is powerful enough to turn the benevolence into machines of destruction for a war that he has to place with his trust inside himself to succeed in this match. For Leon Rocky Edwards, the desire to retain his status as the UFC welterweight champion will be his greatest motivator against an angry pitbull out for payback. So, no matter what happens, once that cage door closes, and once Bruce Buffer says those magic words, and once that bell rings, there will be no way out.
Oh, man, he sounds ready, man. I think it's gonna be a crazy fight, man. We got a Rocky versus a nightmare, man.
You gave me goosebumps, man.
Man, I feel like I'm watching a remake of Creed 3.
You gave me goosebumps, boy.
That was an old UFC from, what is it, No Way Out? I think that was probably like UFC 50 or something. No Way Out.
Yeah. But man, you know, I think it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a great card. And also,
the welterweight division looking good though. The contender looking good. Man.
We got that Brian Barbena fight. He's in that card too.
That's a good one too. That's a good one too.
That dude's on the come up. Yeah. Yeah, I think he just beat his last winner was against Robbie Lawler.
Yeah, he TKO'd him. I got Nelson though, man. I think the grappling go.
Nah, I got Brian, man, on that one, man. I think Brian.
It's a last minute fight, man. I don't know how to Brian.
I got to do the outro, and then I guess this other stuff gonna be cut, but we're gonna do the outro. So that's the video. That's the panel right here. Undisputed World of MMA. Continue to do what y'all doing right here. We had Martin here. We had Quay. We had Robao, and you had me hosting today, King of Crackdown, and we just ran through the card. Edwards versus Usman 3, and this is gonna be a exciting card. Let's see how these predictions turn out. And that's the video. Peace.